Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
I'm a mother of four, it's really busy and time is tight. I was able to return to college because of the Community College Opportunity Grant, a free tuition grant. Hudson County Community College changed my life.
The college community made me feel like a person, not just a number. The Community College Opportunity Grant covers additional costs while keeping me debt-free. I'm building a new future at Hudson County Community College.
Well, it is right after New Year's. Actually, this is the January the 4th, I believe it is. And I hope everybody had a real good New Year's, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. I hope you did. Okay, because we did. We had a little Zoom party, and some of my friends, we just got together and got on Zoom, and somebody had a little music on, and we were talking and joking and having a good time, just making the best out of life, okay? I was watching TV, I'm always watching a food show. I'm pretty sure you know that. And I saw, it was in Mexico, Hermosillo, Mexico, and they was making these hot dogs. And it was quite different than while we might take the hot dog and add a little mustard and ketchup, maybe a little sauerkraut and little toppings, but theirs was totally different. I made it last week and I said, well, let me share it with you. I am sure that your kids are gonna like it. I tried it, and let me tell you, one was enough. Wait until you see how this works. I think you're gonna try it, and you can add the toppings that you like, okay? First, I need my wine, of course, Domaine de Riviere. Oh yeah. And Happy New Year to all of you. That was good. Okay, let's get started. It's really simple, and it's a lot of fun, and it's quite different, okay? First thing, I have a Frankfurter, okay? I personally don't eat Frankfurters, but I do mine with a sausage. First thing you need is a knife. I'm using this knife that we use at Hudson Community College, Culinary Arts. We use this for carving, watermelon, etc. And it's so small, and it's very sharp, and it works. Here is your Frankfurter. You want to take it, don't clip it, don't cut to the end at the top or the bottom. Just want to go in like this. See that? Go straight down, if I can cut a straight line. But you don't want it to go through and open up the back of the Frank, all right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna run your finger in here and make sure that it's cut deep enough, because you have to stuff it with what? Cheese. That's right, and we're using pepper jack cheese. Now, you can use any type of cheese you like to stuff inside of this Frank. And I want to get it all the way to the bottom. Can you see that? I want to get it to the bottom. So I'm going to stuff a little bit more. Okay, look at that. Really simple. Now, like I said, you can stuff any type of cheese you want. If you get a large sausage, you can make another slice here, and you can put a different type of cheese in there as well. So you have two. Okay, now, the next step, you know where I'm going? Bacon, okay? What you're gonna do is take the bacon, and you're gonna start here at the top, and you're going to wrap it. I'm sure that you've seen something similar to this before. I'm gonna wrap this, if I can do it carefully, around your Frank like this, or sausage. There we go. There we go. Okay. Didn't I tell you it was going to be simple? Real easy. But like I said, you could, just add another slice. If you want, if you take your time, you can add maybe 3 pieces of cheese inside the slot of your sausage or frank, okay? All right, so look at that, simple. All right, now, after this has been cooked, and I have one already cooked, I'm gonna show you how they were doing the toppings. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta try this, and I tried it, and it was so good. So let me take off my gloves. I just didn't want to cross-contaminate. You know how that is. I can put them here. I'm gonna take this board, put right next to my handy stove. Now, the next step, this is where all the fun comes together when it's getting ready to be stuffed and stacked. The fun part. After I have another sip of wine, and another Happy New Year to you. Yes, so the next step is I just want to take this and start stacking it. However, before I do that, a good friend of mine, his name is Anthony Spirito, he came through Zoom, and these days, you know, we have to use Zoom, and he spent some time with me and talked about him as a cook. He considers himself just a regular home cook and not a chef, but the conversation was really good. He talked about his family and how they fix different dishes, and he's making what? Chicken with a white mushroom sauce. I watched him through Zoom, and it was really, really good. So what I would like you to do, sit back, relax, and take a look at Anthony Spirito cooking. Watch this. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to In the Kitchen. Today, I have a pleasure to be once again in the presence through Zoom, Chef Anthony Spirito. Did I pronounce it right?
Yep, you got it.
Oh, thank you. I did it finally. Thank you, Anthony, so much. I am so excited. I was thinking about this during the week. I said, Anthony is going to be here because, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony was the one who taught me how to jar sauces, especially the red sauce. I wasn't sure. And I said, Anthony, how am I supposed to do this? And it worked out, and I thank you so much, Anthony, so much for helping me out.
My pleasure.
Okay, Anthony, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I live here in Jersey City Heights. We are practically neighbors, and I'm a home cook. I don't do this for a living, but it is it's my passion, really. I don't want to turn it into a job because I'm afraid that if I do, I'll end up hating it. And I love cooking so much that I don't want it to be a job. But I really love cooking. It's as I said, it's my passion. I'm in the kitchen all the time, and you know, I this is not what I do for a living, but it's what I do to make me happy.
So Anthony is going to make some sauteed chicken with mushroom and a white sauce. Anthony, tell us about it. As you start, and I'm here looking like this, and by the way, I love mushrooms.
Me too. I love mushrooms, and the reason why I love them so much is because they're very simple, easy, accessible. You could buy them in the store, you can buy them whole, you can buy them sliced, and they impart a lot of flavor to whatever dish you're making. Yes. So, and this dish in particular, there are very few ingredients, but the key ingredient is mushrooms. The mushrooms are what gives this dish all of its flavor. I've been making this dish for a few years now. It's a very easy recipe. It's chicken cutlets. These are chicken breasts that I filleted. So I turn them into cutlets. I have a quarter cup of flour here. I have about, I don't know, probably half a pound to 3/4 of a pound of quartered large baby bella mushrooms.
Oh yeah. I love those, the very large portobello mushrooms. What I do, I take the middle piece out, scrape it, and then I saute some spinach and I put it around, and then I put cheese, and
Yummy.
then I add a couple of other things. Mushrooms are so great.
They're great. Yeah. I mean, you talked about stuffing mushrooms. We have another 2 packages in the refrigerator that we're gonna do for Christmas Day that are gonna be our side dish. So we're gonna stuff those. So yeah, mushrooms are very versatile. They're very easy, and they impart a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
I've got some fresh thyme here, and some
good.
fresh parsley, and just about a 1/4 cup of white wine, and and some chicken stock, and that's the whole dish.
Now, for my viewers, does it have to be specific for the white wine? Because I'm sure people say, "Oh, what kind of white wine should I get?"
The only requirement per se is that it should be a white wine that you like to drink.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. Don't buy cooking wine. Don't buy wine that is made for cooking. If you have, this in particular, this is just a Pinot Grigio. You could use Pinot Grigio.
I was going to ask.
You could use Chardonnay. I would stay away from Sauvignon Blanc because it's a little sweeter. But so you just want to stay with a dry white wine. Pinot Grigio and Chardonnay are dry white wines. So that's what I've got. Just Pinot Grigio. So, I mean, I'll just start if you like. I mean,
we're watching.
All right. So we need to. So, as I said, these were whole chicken breasts that I filleted down the middle with a boning knife, and I just flattened them out a little bit with a mallet. And now we need to season these, right? So I'm going to season them with.
When you flattened them, did you put Saran wrap at the bottom and the top?
I absolutely did.
Okay.
I absolutely did. You're right. You don't want to the last thing you want to do is put these on your countertop and smash them.
I know.
Because you're gonna get schmutz all over your kitchen. And chicken, you don't want to commingle your chicken juices. You want to keep things clean, right? So yes, I put these on a cutting board, and I filleted them. I put them out. I sort of put them out in a line, and I covered them with plastic wrap, and then I just pounded them out a little, just to even them out. So that facilitates facilitates even cooking.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are people out there wondering how thick should they be? Should they be really thin, etc., etc.? I would say maybe 1/4 of an inch or so.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on your taste. I prefer mine to be on the thin side, so I pound them out a little more. But if you like them thicker, by all means, cut them a little thicker. But yeah, I think that a 1/4 inch is a good rule of thumb.
A good rule of thumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm just gonna, as I said, I'm gonna season these up. I used some kosher salt and some freshly ground black pepper. So I'm just gonna turn these over and season the other sides.
Those are some nice pieces.
Yeah, these are, full disclosure, these are from Costco. These are Kirkland's prepackaged chicken breasts.
Oh, yeah.
I buy them from Costco in a pack of, I think there are 8 packs with 2 in each pack. And I put them in the freezer, and as I need them, I just pull them out of the freezer.
Yeah.
They make life very easy.
That's right. They truly do.
Okay, so now I've seasoned the cutlets with salt and pepper. And now what we're going to do is we're going to dredge them in a little bit of flour. I really don't have that much flour. The flour is really just to help brown the chicken and to ultimately to thicken the sauce.
Yes.
We're not going to put that much flour on here. We're just putting just a tiny little bit.
A dusting?
And
a dusting, maybe?
Yes, exactly, a dusting. And we're, as I'm dredging this, you can see that I'm shaking it off, making sure to get off all of the excess. We just want a light coating.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all gonna throw down tonight, huh?
Oh, hell yes. Never mind tonight, the whole weekend.
I know.
I mean, look, you can throw down as much as you can throw down during a pandemic.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're here in our little bubble in the building here. We really don't go out much at all, and so we're good, we're safe, we're healthy, and that's the most important thing.
That is
right?
the most important part. Yes.
Okay, so now I have dredged all of this chicken in a light coating of flour, and then so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to saute them. Sorry about that. I just needed
No
to
problem.
flick a little alert off of my screen.
Oh, okay.
So
I
now
didn't see anything.
Okay, so now I've got my pan here. I've got a sort of a saute pan. Doesn't have to be non-stick.
Right.
This is just stainless steel because we're sauteing this at relatively high heat, and at some point the chicken is going to release itself off the pan once it's completely seared. So so you don't. I mean, whatever pan you have is fine. You don't. It doesn't have to be stainless steel, but if that's all you have, that will do just fine.
Yeah, because sometimes people if they put especially chicken in the pan, they want to move it around. The thing is put it in the pan and leave it alone.
Don't touch it. Just leave it be.
When it's ready, and I guess some people look at it and say, "Oh, it's burning, it's too bright." No, when it's ready and you take the prongs and you lift it up, you can see, okay, time to turn it. It'll be waving at you. Okay, I'm ready. Turn me over.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this pan over medium-high heat. So mine get a little, this induction cooktop has a little fan on the bottom. Hopefully it's not too loud.
No, I don't hear it.
Okay.
No,
all right. So
it's fine.
So as this
now you said you're using induction. Could you just explain just a little bit about what induction is? Because some people might wonder, what is induction?
Sure. So this is basically an electric cooktop with a big, massive magnet inside, right? And so that magnet has chemical properties that interact with steel.
Yes.
And so when you turn it on, it heats up the pan very, very quickly, almost instantly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't heat up. So here, I'm touching this cooktop.
That's the nice thing about it. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it only reacts with the stainless steel, and it only heats the stainless steel. So of course, I'm using an induction cooktop, so I have to use a stainless steel cooking vessel. Right?
And I believe
that's the only way it can work.
And I believe on some of them, there's a little symbol that they can look for that tells them that it is induction. Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is heating up, and as it comes to temperature, we're going to.
Am I correct when a person uses induction, when you take the pan off off the little stove there, the heat goes away? Am I correct?
Yes.
It stops.
Yes. So what happens is, if I take this off, this beeps. So it's telling me there's no vessel on here.
Yes.
So if I put it back, then it starts heating again.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And, particularly in the summertime, these things, they don't heat up. If you live in an apartment, like most of us do,
like I do,
in Jersey City, you don't really want a lot heating up your apartment in the middle of the summer. And these don't throw off much heat at all. So it's a great little tool to have. And certainly it's a great tool to have if I'm cooking on Zoom, because if I were to use this, my back would be to you, so that wouldn't be any good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in this pan. And stay right there. I'm just going to get some butter out of the refrigerator. So, and then we're going to use a tablespoon of butter. And we're just going to let that melt.
Yes.
All right. And then once this is all melted, but before the butter turns brown, you don't want it to turn brown. You just want to add in your chicken cutlets.
Yes.
And you may have to do this in batches. Like in this case, I just about have room for 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll have to do this third in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to.
And now people see how fast that pan got hot. You know, it was like almost instantly.
It's
you didn't have it on
instantaneous.
there. You didn't even have it on there, like even 2 or 3 minutes, like
Yeah.
normally on the regular stove.
Yeah, that's what makes these things great. And this pan is like it's a 5-ply stainless steel, so it really conducts a lot of heat.
And you said a 5-ply, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain to people what a 5-ply
Yeah.
is?
So there are basically 5 layers of steel that compose this vessel. Not 1 layer, not 2 layers, 5 layers of steel
At the bottom.
at the bottom of this
Mm-hmm.
that really makes it super conductive
Yeah.
when it heats up. And
Yeah.
that makes everything that you put in here cook very evenly.
Mhm.
So as you can see, I'm just, I'm shaking this, just, giving a little nudge here and there just to make sure that they don't adhere to the bottom of the pan,
bottom
but I
of the
want them
pan.
to sear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's starting to smell very good.
I have
And,
Zoom smell. I can smell.
Yes, Zoom smell-o-vision is what I have.
Yes. Yes.
So it's holiday. It's we're about to enter the holiday season. We're
Yes.
basically in it, and I just want to take this opportunity to say cheers
And cheers
to
to
wish
you.
everyone a happy holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and take the opportunity to take a gulp of wine.
Yes. Thank you.
So basically, we're gonna let these cook for about 3 minutes on each side.
Yeah. Because they're thin and they don't
they're
need a
thin,
lot of
right.
cooking. Yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. And so 3 minutes on each side they should be basically cooked through.
Mm-hmm.
And so once they're cooked on both sides, I'm going to take them out of the pan.
Yes.
And I'm going to put them on a platter and just tent some aluminum foil over them to keep them warm. And then I'm going to start to build the sauce, which is going to be very easy.
Okay.
Very, very easy. So let's take a look at these.
I can hear them. Oh yeah.
I'm going to give them about another 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's the fun part. When I make chicken sandwiches and I take the breast and I slice it like that, but I don't pound it. I just cut it so less than a half an inch, and then I season them, and then I do the flour, the egg, and the panko breadcrumbs, and I do the same thing. Put them in the pan. When that panko turns brown, it's time to turn it over.
Yeah.
When that's done, then I take it out, because some people might not know, when you take food out of the pan, the temperature rises.
Exactly. Yes. As soon as you put food in the pan, the temperature of the pan goes down.
Goes down.
So you have to make up for that, and sometimes you have to.
I'm lost for the
pick
word
up
when you
the
take
heat.
it out and the temperature goes up. There is a word for
Yeah,
it.
I know. There is a term for that, and
Yeah.
I'm having a senior moment too. So
Yes. I'm having a moment. I'm blaming it on the wine.
there you go. That's it. It's the wine's fault.
I'm blaming it on the wine. Yes. It's over.
So-
It'll come to me. Oh, those are good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I flipped these over, and they're well on their way. I think I can jam in this last one. There we go.
Okay. So
All
then,
right.
when they are finished, then you're going to take them out, and then you're going to add
Yes.
the mushrooms.
So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put them back on this plate, right?
No,
This
of
plate
course not.
It's kind of dirty.
Yeah,
So-
contamination. We don't want that.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to use this one. It's nice and clean, and I'm going to take them out and tent them, cover them with aluminum foil to keep them warm, and of course they're going to continue cooking a little bit while they're underneath the aluminum foil, which is fine.
Yeah,
and
sometimes
then-
people don't realize that we cook a chicken at 165 degrees. What I do, I take it out maybe at 160 degrees, and then the temperature is just going to rise and rise and rise, and then it should be done. I found that I am a food tester for America's Test Kitchen, and their whole thing is it must come out at 165 degrees. And because I'm testing for their recipes, of course, but my preference is to let it be at 160 degrees. It might come up 10 degrees, and then that chicken is so moist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so
By the way,
moist.
I should tell you that I am also a tester for, technically speaking, I'm a tester for America's Test Kitchen.
Oh!
But I have never tested one of their recipes yet. I mean, when I say that I haven't tested one of their recipes, I've made plenty of their recipes. I am such a huge devotee of America's Test Kitchen. But I never follow their protocol, and I never write up the review, and I never send it in. I just make the recipe and say, do I like it or do I not like it?
Yeah.
Was this easy? Was it not easy?
Yeah.
So they send me, recipes to test every few weeks, maybe once a month.
Yeah.
But I just never do the official,
I have, and if it doesn't come out right, I let them know. But that was like
that's
2 years ago when I was starting out, and I thought it was really, really good, really good. It was a way for me to learn how to work with recipes, and sometimes they can be a little hard. Yeah, I found
It
recipes.
can be hard, but I really love America's Test Kitchen because as even the most difficult recipes, I mean, if you're somebody who is interested in cooking, they're not super complicated, the recipes to follow. And if it's something that interests you, you cook it, you make it. If you like it, then it becomes part of your repertoire.
Right.
I think that's great.
Otherwise, it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, so these are, for the most part, good to go.
Those are good. Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give them like another few minutes. Not a few minutes, like maybe a minute.
I know. But you know what? The thing, chicken is one of my favorites.
Mine too.
All-time favorite. Chicken,
Very
fish,
versatile.
and turkey. Chicken, fish, and turkey. Everybody, as we know, do not like fish, but
Yeah.
I like tilapia. I love shrimp, red snapper.
Yes.
I like porgies, but porgies is too bony. It's it's like you have to sit there and pick with your fingers so you don't lodge a bone in your throat.
Yeah. Exactly. And salmon can be that way too. You really have to be careful about salmon.
Yeah, you have to sit there
fresh.
and run your finger on the salmon
Yeah.
and get some tweezers, which I have from school, and pull them out.
Oh, yeah.
Pull them out. Yeah. But you can do the same thing with porgies. Porgies is You bake, and I like baking it. I like frying some fish. To me, that is one of the best. But my whole secret
That is the best.
My whole secret is when I fry fish. I'll tell you my secret. People like. I squeeze a lemon on it while it's frying.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lemon is always great for fish, right?
Yeah. And then later on, I might put a little bit more lemon on it. But while it's frying, and when you squeeze that lemon, the steam is going to go, and it's the best. It's the best.
That's the best.
Yeah.
All right. So I took the chicken out of the pan and I've tented it in this small platter. So now it's time for us to start on the mushrooms. I'm lowering the heat to like the lower part of medium high.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss in my mushrooms, right? And I'm going to let those just start to cook down a little bit. And I'm going to salt them. Give them a little seasoning. And I'm going to crack some pepper over them.
Yes.
All right. And so we're just, we're gonna, so mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them.
Yes,
right?
they do.
So the important thing is to don't, even though this pan is very dry right now, right? But that's okay. Because now the mushrooms are in the pan, and the mushrooms, as they heat, they're going to start releasing a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
Right. So what we want to do, that moisture from the mushrooms, in addition to the white wine and the broth that we're going to add, that's going to deglaze the pan. There's a lot of brown bits on the bottom here.
Oh yeah.
All of that's all flavor. We don't want to get rid of that. We want to create a sauce with that, right?
And that sauce, as they call in collard greens, is hot liquor.
Hot liquor, exactly. Yes, exactly. So we're going to make our own version.
That's your pot liquor.
Exactly, our own version of pot liquor here.
Yeah.
So
it can be so good, especially when you're making collard greens and you have it a little left over in the pot. Just put it in the thing and you can just drink it. Because it's all good because it's collard greens, and the flavor is coming out.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So now that these are starting to, they're starting to darken. They're starting to brown a little bit. I am going to add the remaining 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan. I'm just going to mix
and you know what
that
I like
up.
cooking when I do mushrooms? I think they marry is shallots and mushrooms.
Absolutely. Shallots, mushrooms, and parsley and white wine are like... Oh
my goodness, they are so good together.
It's the Trinity.
Yeah. And the Trinity, folks, those who do not know what it is, if I'm correct, let's see where my mind is. Bell pepper, carrots, and celery.
That's right.
The Trinity meaning coming from New Orleans.
That's right. That's the Holy Trinity that is the base of gumbo.
Yes.
You need to have those 3 things to make the gumbo.
Yes.
Okay, so the butter has now melted, and our mushrooms are starting to sort of break down and release their moisture. So we're going to continue to let those break down and brown in a very gentle, slow way. But as they are breaking down and as they're sauteing in the butter, we're going to add fresh thyme. So this thyme is from my garden.
That's right.
So
you do. You have a garden
on the roof of my
building.
the
roof. Yes.
And we grew fresh thyme.
I didn't get there this summer, but maybe next summer.
Hopefully next summer, yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So this is all fresh thyme from my garden that I'm going to add to the pan. And Again, I'm just going to, whoops, one of the mushrooms hopped out there.
The mushroom said, "Not me, not me." See?
Yeah, they keep, they don't want to be caught.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is good. I'm sure it smells good too.
It does smell amazing in here, I have to say. All right, so now I'm going to take, this is about a quarter cup of dry white wine that I'm going to add to the pan. And this is going to deglaze. So what you want to do is, if you've got a wooden spoon or something that is not metallic, particularly if you're using a stainless steel pan, you want to scrape up whatever bits are stuck to the pan, because all of that is going to become the base.
Now, you added the white wine. Could you explain to people when they're cooking, and if they're not on an induction stove like you're using, like if they're on the gas, when they are adding any type, say brandy or anything to a pot where there is a flame underneath, they need to take the pan. You can explain.
Yeah, so if you're going to deglaze, if you're going to add anything to your pan anything that is alcohol based, right? Yeah. So anything that is alcohol based or grease based, and you are cooking on an open flame stove, you do need to take that pan off of the flame when you add it, because it can flare up and it can cause a fire.
Yes.
And you can get seriously burned. You have to be very, very, very careful when you are adding any kind of
Mm-hmm.
alcohol-based liquid to your pan when you are working with an open flame.
And the same with if you have an aerosol can and you know how to spray the pan, people should realize that when you spray the pan,
you don't want to use, you've got to take your pan off
the stove and do it, because it will backfire and it will come to the can and you can get hurt. And plenty of people, that is for us, Anthony, a good kitchen tip.
Yes, that is a very good kitchen tip. You're right.
Yeah.
You really do have to be careful about those things.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a big proponent of induction cooktops where there's no flame. Okay, so I added the wine, which is now, it's sort of evaporating. So I'm also going to add about a quarter cup of chicken stock. And as you can see, I eyeballed it. I did not use a measuring cup.
I think two turns might be a quarter of a cup. If you go one, two.
I think you're right.
Yeah, about a quarter.
So I want this to reduce just a little bit. And once it is reduced a little bit, then I'm going to add the chicken back in, and I'm going to add this fresh parsley. And then the dish is going to be done. That's it.
Right.
There's nothing, really is nothing to this dish. It's very easy.
And luckily, I live in your neighborhood, not too far. I'll be over.
That's right.
Send the drone.
When all of this garbage, COVID garbage is over, you and Lodo have an open invitation to come here for dinner. I'd be very happy to cook for you guys. And I'll make this. I mean, although now you know the secret. I mean, this is nothing. This is very easy. You probably won't be very impressed, but that's okay.
So
at least it'll taste good.
Maybe what I can do, I'll put your recipe in my cookbook. How about that?
Yeah, go right ahead. By the way, full disclosure, this is not my recipe. I did not develop this. This is sort of like, you read things online and you add things, you subtract things, blah, 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 blah. I said this is an old Martha Stewart recipe from way back when. And it has become a staple for me. I mean, I make this all the time because it's easy. I have chicken. I always have chicken in the refrigerator. I always have mushrooms. You can go to the store, you can go to Central Avenue, buy fresh parsley, buy thyme, you're done. That's it. That's all you need to make
Central
a dish
Avenue
like this.
here in Jersey City Heights.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the area we are. And the vegetable store, what is that called?
Sweet pineapple.
Huh?
Sweet pineapple.
Sweet pineapple, ladies and gentlemen, if you're from...
I was there today.
Really?
I bought 8 heads of baby bok choy.
Oh my goodness. If you're from Jersey City area or close to it, you have to go to Central Avenue. I don't know the address or Pam.
Well, it's next to, it's in between the Chase Bank and Dulce de Leche Bakery. So it's sandwiched right in between.
Yes, it's a very simple store when you walk in. It's not elaborate, but let me tell you, I went there to get my Roman tomatoes when I was doing my jarring. And that was good. Maybe one day, Anthony, you and we could do some jarring. We could do
that would be a lot of fun.
Zoom.
I would love that.
And we could do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
All right. So now I'm going to add this fresh parsley.
How much parsley?
I would say it's about a half a cup.
And how much mushroom?
This is about a pound of mushrooms.
A pound of mushroom. Okay.
Yeah. It's a pound of mushrooms and about a half a cup of freshly chopped parsley. All right. So now that's looking good. So now it's time to add the chicken back into the pan. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add this chicken back into the pan. I'm going to nestle it in.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything gets coated with the sauce, right? Because the chicken has a little bit of flour on it, which is going to help thicken the sauce.
Oh, that looks good.
Right? So
that looks good.
I'm going to turn each of these over now that they've been in the sauce.
Looks good.
We're just going to let that simmer for a few minutes, and we're going to take the juices.
Yes, the remaining
juices that are in the dish. We're going to put that in. And that, Renee, is the dish. It is sauteed chicken with mushrooms and a white wine sauce. You saw it right here. It was super easy to make.
Yes.
You can make it with stuff that you have in your freezer and in your pantry or your refrigerator. And it is a restaurant quality dish that you can put together. You saw it. It took less than 25 minutes to make it.
Anthony, you made it, so it's better than restaurant quality.
Oh, please. No, believe me. There are restaurants, way better restaurants than my cooking.
There's nothing better than home cooked food.
I agree with that. And, again, we're living in a pandemic and we're all sort of cloistered in our own homes. And one of the more positive things that I found during the pandemic was that more and more people were cooking at home, right? They didn't have a choice. It was either you ordered out or you cooked. And people were making bread and they were experimenting with recipes. Yeah. And that made my heart sing. I love that.
And they're doing it so much that when I went to buy the Ball Mason jars, they sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I told you.
There was also a flour shortage earlier in the year. You could not buy flour. All-purpose flour was not available.
And then Lotto, he was making pizza, and he needed yeast. The little packages, couldn't find them.
Couldn't find it. Yes, that's true. I had the same problem.
Yeah.
I wanted to make yeast, and I wanted to make bread, and I could not find yeast in any of the stores.
So when I found it, I bought 3 or 4 of them. I said, put this one on the side. Well, Anthony, thank you so much. Oh,
my pleasure.
While I'm talking, you can do your plating. Thank you so much for spending the time to show us your sauteed chicken with mushroom in a white sauce. It looks
My pleasure.
so good. Look at that.
There you
Nice
have it.
and hot, and the steam is coming off of it. It's just ready.
There you go.
Oh, look
Come
at
and get
that. Really nice. Oh, and I see the sauce on the side.
Yeah, it's a great dish.
Yeah.
Easy. My pleasure, Renee. I
Thank
love
you so
doing these little
much.
chats with you. It's fun, and I have to tell you, this is the first cooking demonstration I've ever done.
I was going
Never
to
done
ask
this
you.
before.
I was going to ask you that in the very beginning. Have you ever done this before?
Never done this before.
And
This
it's
is
fun,
something
right?
new. It's fun. I
It's
had a
fun.
blast.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Let's do it again.
what I'm going to do next year, I'm going to pull people like yourself and a couple of other people, and we're going to have Zoom windows open, and I'm going to have everyone cooking together.
That sounds
So I
great.
can tag
I'm
in and say, Anthony, what you making? So and so, what you're making? So and so, what you're making? But if I can get the people who are not camera shy, a lot of people are camera shy.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You have to find people who, I mean, for me, this is not, I'm not on camera. I'm just having it. It's like you're on the other side
Conversation.
of my counter here. So we're just
Yeah.
talking and chatting, and then,
Yeah, and having our wines. Well, Anthony,
oh yes,
I need a refill, but anyway.
as do I.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Anthony Spirito. He is a member of Hudson County Community College's Culinary Club. Join. It doesn't take a lot. It's just a click of the mouse, and you'll be there. Upload your pictures, and you'll have a good time. You do not have to do live. Anthony chose to do live, but when you cook, take a picture and upload it. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Just get involved. That's
Huh?
all you need to do. Just get involved.
Just get involved. That's what we need. We need to work together. Thank you again, Anthony, and I will be
Bye,
in
Renee.
touch. Okay.
Take
Mwah.
care.
Okay. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. Happy
Okay.
holidays.
Bye-bye. Wow. Wasn't that good? Anthony can cook, and he got a nice kitchen, and he's a very, very, very nice person. Thank you, Anthony. And like we always joke around and talk, and I call him Chef Anthony. Thank you so much, Chef Anthony, for spending the time and showing us how you fix this fabulous, fabulous chicken with mushroom and the white sauce. Unbelievable. The best, as you know, my best friend says, Deborah. Okay, now it's time for us to make the filling. We got the rolls, etc., etc. Okay, now I'm using, these actually are sausage rolls, and I found them to be a little bit better than the regular Frank rolls, because the Frank rolls, they're kind of small. These are really, really nice, and you see the size of it. Really nice. I bought this at one of those big supermarkets. Okay. Now, here we go. What I did, I toasted them. I have two. This one was toasted in the fat from the bacon, because remember now, you're going to take, if I didn't tell you before, I apologize. After that's rolled up, you're going to put it in the pan, and then you're just going to fry it, okay, until that bacon gets crispy. And of course, inside, Frank is going to cook. Okay, so what I did, I took the roll and I put it in the same grease, and it's going to give the bun a little flavor. This was afterwards, because this one soaked up all the oil that this one had. This one soaked it up, and this one didn't have one, so they were fighting. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so look, here it is. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add just a touch of mayonnaise. Just a touch, not a lot, on both sides. See that? And I'm only adding a little bit because we have other things that we want to put on here, and we don't want the mayonnaise to take over, right? And some people might say, mayonnaise? Why did he put mayonnaise? This is how they would do it, and I watched them from Mexico. All right, so now we have this. The next part, and when I made this last week, I forgot to get it. This is poblano peppers. And what I did, I put them on the stove and I roasted them until they got really, really black, right? Then I took those and I put them in a bowl and covered it with saran wrap until it sweated. And then I was able to remove all of the roasted part, the black part. Worked out really fine. Now, you could remove all, or you can leave, I'm getting tongue-tied. You could remove all, or you can leave a little. That's up to you, okay? So here we go. Now, here I have my sausage already cooked. Now look how it comes out on both sides. It's nice and crispy, as you can see. The bacon adhered to it, okay? Make sure the flame, just I can turn this off. Make sure the flame is not too high. You don't want to burn it. So right here, this is perfect. It came out really good. And you just add that right into the center. Now imagine how this is going to taste when you have all the other ingredients added to it. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to go, oh my goodness, this is the bomb. This is to die for. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Nice. All right, next, let me see. I have some salsa. I have some queso, chorizo, guacamole. These three are going to go on top of this, all right? So let's see, what do we want to do next? We're going to do the queso. All right, let's take some. Let's move you out the way so everybody can see. Just going to take a little. Okay, looking good. All right, next, I have some ketchup. Oops. I have some ketchup. I'm gonna take the ketchup, just a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing? No, right? I'm gonna take the ketchup, just gonna put a little and spread it on both sides. Because everybody likes sausage or a frankfurter with ketchup and also mustard. I have it here. Here's a little mustard, just a pinch. This is gonna be really good. And of course I have to make some more because we're gonna throw down tonight. You know how that goes. Gonna throw down. Okay, so here we go. We have our hot dog wrapped with bacon, fried really good, put on top of poblano pepper, in which I roasted on the stove, got all the seeds out, cleaned it off. Do not wash the black off of your pepper. Don't put it underneath the water because what's happening, you're rinsing away the flavor. Just take your time, take a fork or a spoon and scratch off the black. It will come off, or a little small knife, which I use, my little tiny one. I took my time and it came off. Do not wash it, even when you do the same thing to a pepper you put on. Don't wash it. Take a damp towel, it'll come off. All right, so we have this. This is looking good. Let's get this on this side. All right, there we go. Next, salsa. Now, this salsa was made here at home, so it is really fresh. Look at this. Look at that. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm going to add this. Oh my! It's getting heavy too. Look at this. Oh, ooh, this was made today. This salsa, and it smells so freaking good. Okay, salsa, I could put you over there. And queso, I can put you over there. And let's keep on moving. Now, here we go. Let's see if I can get it to stand up. It's so heavy that it's going to just fall over to the side, you know? All right, in the meantime, I'm going to sip some wine. So good. Whew, that looks good. Okay, what do I have next? Guacamole. Yes, you gotta have some guacamole. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it right neatly, if I can, on top. Oh, look at that. Oh. Damn, that looks good. Wow. The best. This is really best. And we still got chorizo put on that. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? You see that? Look at it. Wow, imagine having some of this. You'd be going, oh, I'm so full. I gotta sit down and take a nap and then get up and then have another one, right? You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, now. Okay, here we go. Chorizo on top. Woo! Look at this. Oh my goodness. Now this was fried and it's going to have a little crunch to it. Let me wipe my hands. Woo! A little sip. Sinuses. I've been dealing with these sinuses like forever. But it's going away. That's the most important thing. All right, well, thank you everybody for coming back and watching the show. Every week, I'm having different guests come on. I had Chef Claude, here we go, Chef Claude Lewis. He won CHOP for May 2019. He was on the last episode. And this week I have Anthony. He's coming on, as I say, Chef Anthony Spirito. He's coming on. And then in the future, I have, who do I have coming? Dana Royster. She's a home cook. She's going to be on the show. Mexi Beast BBQ, stand for barbecue. He is coming on to the show. Yes, he's coming on in a few weeks. And who else? Misty, Chef Jonathan. I know I'm gonna pronounce his last name wrong, but I have all these different guests lined up to come on the show and entertain us all. Okay, so once again, here's our beautiful, beautiful hot dog sandwich, and I hope that you try it. If you have any questions about anything for the show, you can always reach me at chefreneehewitt.com. Until the next time, enjoy your day, wash your hands, and stay safe. Bye-bye.